Joan Kennedy, first wife of Sen. Edward Kennedy, dies at 89. Joan B. Kennedy, the first wife of the late U.S. Senator Edward M. Ted Kennedy, passed away on Wednesday at the age of 89. Her life was shaped by privilege and tragedy, by public scrutiny and private struggle. As Joan Bennett, she was born into a prominent family in Bronxville, New York, and trained as a pianist before marrying into one of America's most famous political dynasties. A promising beginning. Virginia Joan Bennett grew up in a well-to-do family in Bronxville. As a teenager, she worked as a model in television advertisements. She later attended Manhattanville College, where she became classmates with Jean Kennedy, Ted Kennedy's sister. It was at a campus event in 1957 that Ted Kennedy first noticed Joan. They married in 1958. Her skills as a classically trained pianist became a signature of her presence in the Kennedy world. For years, she would open her husband's campaign rallies by playing the piano. A marriage under pressure. From the start, Joan faced challenges in fitting into the high-profile, intensely political Kennedy family. As one biographer remarked, Joan was shy and a really reserved person, and the Kennedys aren't. Over time, the Kennedys were struck by multiple tragedies and scandals. The assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963 and of Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. The 1969 Chappaquiddick incident, in which Ted Kennedy drove off a bridge leaving his passenger Mary Jo Copton dead, a disaster that would haunt his career. Joan and Ted had 3 children together and suffered miscarriages, including one occurring soon after the Chappaquiddick accident. Joan remained with him during his early political campaigns, but their relationship began to unravel. By the time Ted Kennedy challenged President Jimmy Carter in the 1980 Democratic primary, the couple was separated. A campaign bumper sticker from that era encapsulated public sentiment. Vote for Jimmy Carter, free Joan Kennedy. They ultimately divorced. Struggles, resilience, and later life. After Chappaquiddick, Joan's alcoholism worsened. She had multiple arrests for drunk driving and underwent stays in alcohol treatment programs. In 2005, she was found unconscious on a Boston sidewalk in the rain, suffering a concussion and a broken shoulder. Her children intervened, and her son Ted Kennedy Jr. obtained court-ordered guardianship to oversee her care. Joan was also frank and courageous about her struggles with depression and mental health, a rarity among public figures of her generation. She continued to perform music, often touring with orchestras and advocating for arts education. Her family said she would combine her piano performances with a message on the transformational power of the arts and the need for equitable arts access. Legacy, survivors, and tribute. Joan Kennedy is survived by her 2 sons, 9 grandchildren, and dozens of nieces. Her daughter, Cara Kennedy, predeceased her in 2011. In a statement, her sons and others praised her strength, honesty, artistry, and the example she offered to people living with mental health challenges. Ted Kennedy Jr. said, "She taught me how to be more truthful with myself, and how careful listening is a more powerful communication skill than public speaking." Her passing marks the end of a life that bridged public glamour and private struggle, that touched both politics and the arts. A life that reminded many that even amid privilege and fame, human frailty and resilience walk hand in hand.